All right. So thank you, everybody. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, so I apologize, but I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to be with us and for hopping over here to the new feed. I felt a little like the famous Bill O'Reilly clip, if you've ever seen it, where he's like, "All right, we'll do it live." So we got everything sorted out on our end, and we're appreciative that you're here with us. So I want to give you a little background. My name is Alex Trkulja. I'm the director of sales at Rearview Safety, SafeTheFleet brand. So if you're tuning in from another company you might work with within SafeTheFleet, I'm happy that you're here to learn a little bit more about video and some of the safety equipment that we provide. So, as I mentioned, I work for Rearview Safety under the SafeTheFleet umbrella, and we have locations all across the country and in Canada. I'm currently in our Elkhart, Indiana location, which services the RV industry. About 70% of the RV industry we have when it comes to backup cameras and safety equipment. So we do a lot of business out of Elkhart, and it also puts us in a central location to reach the Midwest and get product out quickly. Within SafeTheFleet, there's a bunch of brands that maybe you haven't heard of, but maybe you have, or maybe you are familiar with. Some that we work with closely are American Van, Fire Research Corp out in Long Island, New York, Elkhart Brass right here in Elkhart, Indiana, SafeTheFleet Mirrors. There's a bunch out there that we work with, ROM, Randall, Seon, which is a sister company of ours, and they're based in Canada, but they also do a lot of video. So you might be actually getting a quote from Seon as well as us, not realizing that we're part of the same company. So that's a little bit of background with RVS and SafeTheFleet. And RVS was founded in 2007, kind of at the beginning stage of the whole backup camera safety initiative. In 2007, there wasn't a lot of backup cameras on vehicles. So we were one of the first to the industry when it comes to providing safety equipment for vehicles. And because we were able to because we got in at that beginning stages, we've been able to keep up with the times ever since. So whenever there's new technology on the market, we're one of the first to bring it to you. It's a really exciting industry to be in right now. We have a lot going on, when it comes to GPS tracking and live viewing. We have over 500 products in our portfolio. Today, we're going to focus on a tractor trailer setup. You can see some other videos online where we've gone into discussion about DVRs, or I've gone into a fuller demonstration of our product line here that you can see. These are just some of the best sellers for us. But as I mentioned, we do have over 500 SKUs. So there's a lot to go through. Today is just going to be about 10-15 minutes. I really want to highlight this tractor trailer system that we have because we engineered it about 3 years ago for a customer that came to us, and they had a problem and they couldn't find a solution on the market. So our engineers worked closely with them hand in hand. And what we did was created a system that delivered power to a sensor system. So the customer came to us, they wanted to have a backup camera. They wanted to have a left and right camera for lane departure. And they also wanted to have a forward facing camera to get a blind spot on a tractor. That front passenger side can create a blind spot for the driver. They also wanted to have a sensor system. And as you all know, there's no power in the trailer. So what we did is designed a way to grab power off of the rear cameras through a 7-way quick connect. And when the vehicle goes in reverse, it's going to send power through the quick connect cable. The power is going to go to the rear view camera, and then off of that cable, it's going to pull power and give it to our backup proximity sensors. So I'm going to go ahead and do a demo and run you guys through our system and how this works. Another thing the customer wanted was a monitor that mounted on the windshield. They wanted to get the monitor off the dash, which was creating a lot of blind spots for the driver. And also nowadays there's a lot of technology that's in the cab. So they just wanted to clear up that dash and make it a little bit cleaner and nicer and easier for the driver to see. So let's go ahead and get started. Excuse me. I'm going to walk over here and power this up. So this is a little demo box that we created for demonstration purposes, but imagine this being the tractor and this being the trailer. Just a quick note, if you guys have any questions, please put them in the chat box, and then at the end of this, we will address the questions you guys have. So I'm just going to power this up. Now, as you can see here in the monitor, this is a split screen, but this monitor will go up to 4 images at once. Now, what we've done is put this on a split screen so that the driver can see the left side and the right side as they're driving. When you look at the tractor, the only thing that we have on the tractor is the forward-facing camera, and we have a monitor. We also have the one side of the quick connect. On the rear, on the trailer portion, we have our backup camera, and then as you can see here, this is one side camera. If you can get in close here, you got one side camera here, and then you have one side camera. Let me come over here on this side. And you have one side camera over here. Now, if you'll notice, these side cameras are very sturdy, excuse me, and these are mounted about a centimeter out. So you can adjust these and get a little bit of movement and angling when you have these side cameras. These are made of a zinc alloy housing, so they're very rugged, very durable. So if they get hit by a tree, they're still going to be there. They're not going to get cracked. It's a very commercial grade camera. Now, we do have smaller cameras that are heavy duty, an MB3, which we have back here. I can show you in a little bit, as well as some ARM cameras. What's nice about this system is it's customizable. This is a very popular one because a lot of people like to have the cameras on the trailer so they can see the rear axle when they're making turns. Additionally, they like to have the rear cameras on the trailer so that you can easily put them up and see down when the vehicle's making a left or right turn as well, okay? Some people do like to have cameras on the front. Now, you can mount these on the fender. Depending on your truck, there might be a little bit too much vibration. So I don't always suggest that without doing a demo first. But you can mount these on the front of the vehicle as well, as we have ARM cameras. And if you'll come with me back here, this is an example of one of our ARM cameras. Imagine this being your mirror, and this just mounting on the arm of the mirror. All right. One of the other cameras that we have would be an MV3, and that's a small camera that you could mount on the sides as well. It's very rugged, very durable. Okay, now moving to our backup camera. This is our RVS 770. It's a very rugged. This is our flagship camera. So I mean, it's built to last. These have been on the road since 2007. We have customers that we continue to upfit their fleets, and they say, "Man, your systems we've had since the beginning, and we love them." So the quality is really outstanding and above the rest. Now, when it comes to our sensors, you're going to see our sensors here. We have 4 sensors that typically mount in the ICC bar. What a lot of customers do, we'll put 2 of them in the bottom and then 2 at the top. And by doing that, you're going to capture any objects that may be above or below. So for instance, cement pillars, docks, loading docks. And then above, you might have tree limbs that are overhanging. So when you're backing up, you want to make sure that these alarms are going off and alerting the driver to A, apply the brakes, B, check their monitor and the mirrors, right? I like the fact that these are included because a lot of drivers have backup cameras, but if they don't get that audible alert, they're not going to know to check their monitor, right? They're just backing up, and maybe they aren't looking at the monitor, they're just looking at the mirror. So having these in the system is a very nice feature. Another thing that we've done was engineered these rubber blocks. These rubber blocks are heavy duty. They're about the thickness of a hockey puck and the same density. They're very heavy duty rubber bumpers. And what they're going to do is protect your investment, right? You're going to put the sensor right in here, and then this is going to mount onto the rear of the vehicle, whether it be the ICC bar or somewhere else along the rear of the vehicle. But when you're backing up, they're inset far enough that it's not going to damage your sensor, and it's going to protect your investment. Now to our quick connect, our 7-way pin cable. This is an additional cable. So many people think, well, I already have one, I can just reuse that. We actually install our own 7-way cable, and this one here is a very heavy duty. It's made in Germany. I mean, the quality of this cable is bar none. What I like about it is it's a 12-foot cable, so you're not going to have any problem with snapping or breaking when you're turning the tractor. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and walk you through a little bit more presentation on how this works. Let me hop on over to this side. Now, if you'll get close in and you can see the monitor here, I'm going to go ahead and trigger our left, right, and backup camera systems. I'm going to start with our backup camera system. As you can see, when I trigger the backup system, the grid lights come on. The grid lines are going to allow the truck driver or the driver to see where they're going. Now, when I put my hand here as an object, you can see the different sensors that are being triggered and how far, 3 feet away, 2 feet away. And as I walk down the line, you're going to see each sensor get triggered. All right. Very useful, very helpful tool. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to go ahead and disengage the reverse trigger. So basically, when the vehicle is put in reverse, it sends the power to the backup camera and the sensors, as we reviewed earlier. Okay, now I'm going to show you the left and right. Now note when we were in the split screen here, how we have, well, actually, you can look at this image too. So this is our quad view image. As I mentioned, we're not getting power to the rear camera right now. So you're just getting your forward facing camera, which is this one. And then you're getting your left camera and then your right camera, okay? Note when I turn on my left turn signal, it's going to override and take over the whole screen. So you're going to get the whole image of your left camera, which is very nice, instead of having like a 3-inch or a 2.5-inch by 2-inch screen. This is a very nice feature. Another nice feature that we have is a delayed off. So when you turn your vehicle, when you're turning the wheel, usually the signal turns off, right? It clicks and it disengages. Well, we have an 8-second delay built into our monitor, so that you're still able to see what the camera is seeing for another 8 seconds to complete that turn. It's a very nice feature. It's also adjustable, so if you want to make it a 5-second delay, you can do that as well. Another cool feature that we have here is the power off in the monitor. So a lot of drivers that are making deliveries in the morning, early in the morning, or late at night, a lot of times they don't like to have the extra light on in the cab. It's a distraction, maybe. So what we've done is designed our monitors to hit the power button, and now you don't see the monitor, but it's still getting power from all the cameras. So when I engage the backup camera, it's going to trigger the monitor to come on, right? A very nice feature. And when you put the vehicle in drive or neutral, out of reverse, it's going to turn the monitor back off. So it's a nice feature for drivers that don't want to have the monitor on 24/7. Now you can also have it on 24/7, depending how you run this, and have it set up, as I mentioned earlier, with your split screen or a single camera. Maybe you just want to have a single camera on at all times. So it's a very unique system. Again, we designed this for one of our customers who we installed 1,000 units for them across the country, and we've sold hundreds more since, actually probably thousands. It's a very nice system, and it's very durable. This, as I mentioned, can be mix and match with other cameras. If you have, let's say, this camera works great for a roll-up door, but let's say you have swing doors. We have a smaller camera that's going to work for you. Now, what's nice about this as well is you can add a DVR. So if you have a tractor trailer, and let's say you have a fleet and you want to keep track of them, right? You want GPS, you want to do geofencing, you want to have live streaming, you want to have triggered events. So if there's an accident or if there's a hard stop or hard acceleration, that you're going to get those alerts and they're going to be saved on a hard drive. We have another system that would be in our CXS line that is a fantastic option and ties into a 5-channel DVR, which is a military grade DVR that we carry. It's very durable. I call it a black box because you really could take a sledgehammer to this thing. It's very durable. I recommend them for fleets for liability purposes, not only just for tracking, but liability purposes, right? Because when you have that one accident and the lawsuit comes for $1 million to $5 million, $10 million, who knows? Doing this investment up front it's a no-brainer. And a lot of times we get calls, unfortunately, after customers do have those accidents or incur lawsuits. So it's a very nice system. Now, when I was talking about some of our sister companies, in February, Safely acquired a company called AMFS, American Midwest Fleet Solutions. What they specialize in is installation. So they have a network of installers, about 1,500 across the country, who will come to your location, and they'll install these systems. We worked with them for years before they were acquired by SafeFleet. It's been a great relationship, and they really do a fantastic job when it comes to quality of workmanship and making sure the customer is getting everything they need, working with your schedules, and getting into your yards or bays when you guys have availability. So don't be afraid by all the bells and whistles that we have here that you would have to tackle this yourself or get an installer. That is something that we do provide as well as SafeFleet. I feel like I've done a uh, pretty good overall job describing what we have here. Another thing that's not on this box, and it's mainly because it's harder to travel with, is a quick connect box. We have a nose box that goes on the outside of this quick connect, so that when the driver is changing between a lot of tractors and trailers hooking up, it's just a little bit extra sturdy and a little bit more protection from the environment. But it's a very nice system. Again, very durable, and it's as easy to connect. Another nice feature about this is for fleets that have, let's say, 100 tractors and they have 500 trailers. That's very nice because all you need to do is disconnect this, and then you're going to connect it into the next trailer, and then it's easy as that. The image is back. It's really that simple. There's not a whole lot to it, and we designed it very cleverly to work with our giving power to our backup sensors. So with that said, I'm going to open it up to you guys. If you have any questions, I'm going to go ahead and ask our cameraman, also sales guy here in Elkhart, John Hofer, to go ahead and check the chat and see if there was any questions for us.
Alex, one of the questions that came through was, can this be used on dump trailers?
Great question. So it can be used on dump trailers. It gets a little bit more difficult doing the side cameras. The rear camera using this quick connect pin is definitely doable. But when you have that dump that's going up and down like this, running these wires for the side camera tends to be a little bit more tricky. So if you were to do this system, I would say reach out to either your Safe Fleet contact, reach out to us directly at RVS, and we'll customize a kit for you without the side cameras, but still have the sensors and the backup camera. Good question. All right, we'll just wait another minute in case anyone's typing out some other questions. But in the meantime, I'm very thankful for you guys joining us and sticking with us through that first technical glitch there. But I hope that you were able to learn something valuable today about Safe Fleet as a brand and Rear View Safety, some of the products that we have designed and that we're really proud of. One of the things that separates us from the rest is that we do work with customers to design specific configurations for them. And I think that's a very nice quality to have, especially when it comes to trust and relationships with the customers, right? They see the effort and energy we're putting in to make your life easier and safer on the road.
We have another question come in.
All right.
Can this system be installed by someone who we have in-house?
Great question. So the question was if this system can be installed by somebody in-house. Indeed, it can be. It's not, I actually installed it on this suitcase, and I'm no whiz by any means. But this can be installed in-house, as long as you have a basic understanding of 12-volt installation. You're just going to run your power and ground for your monitor, and then your triggers for the cameras. So basically, your reverse camera, you're going to tie into your reverse line, whether that's your backup lights or you're going to find somewhere to tap into your reverse power. And then same for your turn signals. You can tie that right in at the turn signal steering wheel. You can tie it into your lights. There's tons of different places you can tie into power. So definitely doable. I would say on average to allow about, if you're very experienced with these, allow about 4 to 6 hours. If this is something very new to you, but you do have a lot of experience installing, I would allow a day. But for us, our guys do these in about 4 hours per tractor trailer.
There was one last question. I see the plug is the same style as the lights. Is there going to be a problem if the lights are plugged into the camera receptacle?
I see the lights are the same style as the plug. Power? I'm not quite sure. I'm not following your question. I apologize. The lights on the vehicle are the same style as the camera. I'm sorry. You know what? We'll have to follow up with you, or you can email our customer service. I'm not quite understanding the question. there's really no lights on this. There are infrared lights in the cameras. Maybe that was your question. The infrared lights on the backup camera is 18.
The pigtail light. So the lights on the trailer. So I see the plug is the same style as for the lights on the trailer.
Oh, got it. Thank you for the clarification. So yeah, it's a 7-way pin. You can zoom in on this. But we've designed this actually specifically to run the data for our system, right? So this is going to be a separate install from the 7-way pin that you are 7-way plug that you already have. But yeah, this is designed specifically for our system, and it's going to data from the rear of the vehicle through here all the way to the motherboard here in the monitor. All right. So I appreciate it. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to us, email us, out